right on top of all three maps right here within this series. Vertigo first, FURIA starting on the T side, Nuke after that, Overpass after that, and then we're gonna be jumping into it. We got one more best of three, and then, well, for all things considered, let's kick this one off, Harry.
Yeah, pistol round now underway. Swole Patrol gifted this CT side start. FURIA are electing to start over on the T side of things. They're gonna group up down here towards the A ramp. And for Swole Patrol, they don't really have the strongest A presence. In fact, they've got the weakest A presence. Just one man here. That man is Food. But will he be food for FURIA or food for thought here for Swole Patrol, as he's still existing over here towards the back of the bomb site? Those smokes go in. And Food just trying to peek on over the top, not able to find anything. The bomb plant's going to come through, and this is a very, very awkward round, really, for Swole Patrol to try and get back into.
Oh dear, that could have got messy. Binney waiting on the flank does deal with Ulcers, and FURIA have fallen back into this passive setup that makes the A site so favorable in these post plants. That being said, Smoke Kit Flash is a good bit of utility here for Swole Patrol to get on that defuse, but they're looking for the kills first and foremost. Smoke's on, Art's in, he's spamming, but he can't connect, and the defuse is already happening. No one's gotten him off of it, and Food is going to win the round here for Swole Patrol. Good cover from Freak and the team here on the CT side, and it's going to be FURIA falling short.
Yeah, that was almost real bad there for Binney. He almost paid the piper for not grabbing that kill, but he does eventually get it right here. A little bit of panic, as you can tell. Zelsis not able to react quick enough. But there was a shot for him there to take. However, the real shot here fired by Swole Patrol after a defuse, and they're going to look to pick up a second one. Now, this is the big round with some little guns. This is what we're talking about.
A classic FURIA buy, lose pistol force. No matter what happens, no matter where they are going to do it. And let's see what they can get done with these guns. Of course, the danger of this is you can give Kriegs and AKs over to your opponents that have SMGs in play. But right now, Swole Patrol are laying down the damage on ramp, putting Art to 20 health with the Krieg. He might want to hand that over. But remember, the players that drop guns don't have armor. So it's a bit of a rough one. It's a bit of a difficult situation here for FURIA. Art's just going to sit back with the Krieg and hold a passive line. If Food peeks this angle, he might be on the chopping block.
As most Food does find itself right on the cutting board.
How many Food puns are there going to be in this series, Trace?
That depends. On how much he gives us to work with. I mean, I'm not one to have food without sauce. Really, you're talking about buying up at any given time of the day? I'm talking about getting sauce on everything.
That is food for thought.
That it is. You are correct. Food for thought, or at least food for a close A play. He's got a FAMAS. He's going to be set up just outside of the smoke. Henny should be that first point of contact. Ooh. And yeah, there you have it. So this is falling apart for FURIA. Just Serato and Binney left alive. They're going to work towards that toolbox position in middle. The rotation is here. And so is the information. Cooper spots them in middle. Now they're going to hold, thinking he might go ahead and re-peek. That Molotov's going to keep him from doing that. They're going to elect to go on this B site.
Oh.
Boost gets them wrecked.
Yeah, now only Serato with 10 seconds. He's just looking to save. He can't have any say in this round. Swole Patrol, they're able to find this conversion. And, you know, I know it's only up against the force buy of FURIA, but very few teams have been able to snatch these ones away from the FURIA side, right? A lot of the time, these force buys are finding success for the Brazilian boys. So the fact that Swole Patrol are able to overcome it here is actually a pretty big deal to get them off to a good start on Vertigo.
And with 5 alive, too.
And they get an AK.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting, Trace, is when we see T's hold the passive A ramp with rifles, like the Kriegs they had in that round, you almost every time see them win that fight if the CTs get aggressive. Swole Patrol had a 5-on-3, and they still push down the ramp with that FAMAS on Food, and he gets away with a kill. So, yeah, FURIA just dropping the ball a little bit outside of the A site, and a grenade drop by Maki will do a good bit of damage. This isn't eco, though, for FURIA. They're hoping that Art can get it all done. Serato saved for his teammate to pick this gun up. Of course, he could buy armor. Serato couldn't, as he did get lost bonus. That's a nice wide peek. Maki going in for 2, dropping the Krieg at the floor. And FURIA can't retrieve it either. It's behind enemy lines. 3 pistols here in this round, and should be a third for Swole Patrol.
Should be. But who knows? In the wild, wild west of Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like for Furia as well, this is kind of like a bit of a different feeling game. This is one where coming into it, there's no real thought in many people's minds that they're the underdogs, right? And like for a lot of these matchups thus far, it's been kind of us testing the waters for where this Furia squad lies. And this is one, you know, where even if you go off of the world ranking for these two teams, right, Furia come out well and truly ahead. So it's a different kind of pressure in this game. And, you know, maybe that's something that comes back to hurt Furia a little bit. They're going to set up down here towards the bottom of ramp. Obviously, only have these pistols, and no utility to clear out the sandbags means that this position from Food is a pretty deadly one. He hears the footsteps. They're moving on up. He still hasn't given up his position. Lets the first man cross, and now they know he's here, but it's only Queserato left. Doesn't want to save again, so Coupe will deal with him this time around. Swole Patrol going to go 3-0 up. And this is where that Krieg saved forward actually comes back to hurt Furia, right? Queserato is not going to have a weapon to really work with in this round. He's just going to have to force buy down what he can. You can see that leaves him on a D. But the rest of the gang, they've got everything they could possibly need.
Yeah, certainly not what you want on Queserato as being, you know, the point man behind Furia on the T sides. He's been so good at getting these entry kills, so good alongside Art for this roster.
Yeah, I always look at it like Art is the man to start the fire, but Queserato is the guy to stoke the fire and keep it going, right? I think you got Art to open these rounds up, and then you've got Queserato to close them out. And there you go. There's a bit of his signature aggression. Rushes up through that short smoke. And this is what he means when he says, you know, even if the kills don't necessarily come through in the favor of Furia, the information he gets is still enough. And that's a huge bit of information to grab. You get one, you spot two more players over at top ramp. And so now if you're Furia, you start to piece together exactly how this CT side hold is shaping together. And you can see that's led them back here towards this B-bomb site where there's only one man.
Of course, trading 1-for-1 on the T side of most maps is a really good trade. And yeah, he puts in a 4-on-4 that spreads the CTs more thin on the defense, and they have to gamble, they have to stack, and they will towards B with 2 in this round. Freakazoid looking into middle, he's 6-0 right now. James bonding it, or Bames jonding it rather now at 7-0-0. Binney looking for a B pick. He won't get away with it. Maki survives on 10 points of health, and now this top mid push, the wrap into what was supposed to be the B site is left to just Henny. He can go wherever he pleases. So through the smoke and into Cooper, it will be a 4th round for Swole Patrol. Desperate times call for desperate measures for Furia. Their B player doesn't get a kill, and they can't split that site. 4 rounds deep. Swole Patrol are fully in control right now. No bomb plant either for Furia means another eco before the guns come back out.
Those big guns, but there's no big clan inside, is there, Harry?
No, and I would know all about that. I've been repping the hoodie that they sent me time and time again. Shout out to the big guys. Swell bunch of dudes.
Yeah, even the players.
Yeah, everyone involved. And, well, now, it could be a big round on the horizon for Fury if they're able to pick this one up. They go for this top ramp aggression again. Surprise, surprise. It's Art taking that little peek in, but the flash leaves him blind. So he concedes this bit of ground now, moving up through the short side. Food holding in the Kirby cubby. Oh, doubles up and actually just deals with everyone. Yeah, he's put on a real good spread over here towards top ramp. Queserato and Binney left in the 2-on-5. Swole Patrol, this should be a 5-0 lead for them.
Oh, that's a great shot from Queserato. Deadly with any weapon. As these two men crawl up the ramp, we've again got this position for Food. No Molotov. Actually, Vinny's got one on his back, so he can clear this position. Food can smoke himself off and buy time, but he's looking for the ace right now. He might just swing and take the fight if that molly were to land. Vinny needs to throw it, but he's walking up short. They're bypassing this position. This could be a problem for Furia. Even if they get this kill on A and they go for the plant, well, they can't plant open. They can't plant anywhere because there's a man essentially behind them. Molly does come down, Food smokes it off, and you can see he's just buying time. No need to fight. He knows he's got teammates on the site, and Furia aren't capitalizing on that position anyway. They're walking up short. This could catch Swole Patrol off guard, as they don't expect two players so close, but Zelsis has support, and Freakazoid can keep up his streak. 10-1 and 5-0 for Swole Patrol. But remember, Furia haven't had what I would consider a full buy yet in this game, and that is, of course, the save from Queserato, putting him on a Deagle in the previous rifle round. Well, now they've got 5 guns and a chance to get on this T side.
See, growing up in Britain, I was going to try and make a you can't spell food without ood and then make like a Doctor Who joke from that.
Okay.
But I just felt like Trace won't even...
I would have absolutely no idea.
Right, so Ood was basically like these they had like tentacles out their faces and they had glowing balls coming out of the tentacles. It was a wild time on British TV, okay? And one that would probably go over a lot of people's heads. Zelsis.
What is this? Okay, it looked like he crashed because he was just staring at the wall, like left, right, but he's actually dodging flashbangs in middle. FURIA aren't going mid, though.
No, not in this round, or at least not yet, right? They're going to start to clear out this A-ramp position once again. This time we've got a man holding for this B flank, Swole Patrol. Haven't really shown a tendency to throw that in just yet. That's something they have up their sleeve for later in this CT half.
Ooh. Oh, they're going to go right through. Food knows it. Does he want to risk the repeat, though? It's dangerous, and Art's going to win that duel. FURIA, a man advantage, and that's an A kill. They have 2 outside of B right now. They can go wherever they want. They don't have to commit, but Freakazoid will. He's going to get aggressive, and Art not ready for that fight. Now Smoke's over on A. The bomb is here as well for FURIA, so despite this B pressure, they are going to peel off of that site. K-Serata being very loud and proud on this rotation. We should see Swole Patrol aware of FURIA coming over towards A, and they have 3 players in position.
Loud and proud is one thing, but where's the crowd?
Crowd now.
Crowd now with Harry Russell now. Proud now.
Loud, even.
Loud, even.
Yeah, loud now. Harry. Gonna take down another. Zelsis trying to get the trade now. Ooh. And he does go up and over. Nice. Actually doubles down. Maki is all alone in the 1v2. Armed with only the FAMAS, he's looking for literally anything else as he gets up and finds the AWP over here in CT. Is there a chance? Is there a hope for Maki? He's been good in these clutches for Swole Patrol in the past, but this round getting past Henny is just asking a little too much of him. And so FURIA able to get their first round over here on the board nice and early. Now we'll go 1-5. Now, still a little ways to go before they break down this Swole Patrol money in any way, shape, or form. So it is going to be the side of FURIA having to kind of grind their way back into things, really, over on this T side. Don't get any of these freebie rounds with these 5-1 scorelines. Oh, back out in the hands of Coupe, and this time he's headed over towards A with it. We might get to see that ramp peak coming on in. A bit of a change here from Swole Patrol.
Oh, that flash, though, it's going to keep him honest. He throws a molly at the sandbags, but it's actually Maki to find the first fight, the round towards B, dropping Binney coming in through the hole. Food flashed in and nothing and going to work out. Art looks away and he dodges it. Going to get that kill. An M4 at his feet, but they need to be careful. Coupe, they can come up on short. He is scoped in like a Cyclops right now on the site. Smoke's coming down to cut off his lines of sight.
If he only has one, well, I guess he's just constantly winking, isn't he?
Is it a wink if you never open the other eye, though? What if you only have one eye?
Yeah, I mean, if you have Cyclops, you have one eye, right? So,
ooh, that's a filthy grenade. Bomb plant, FURIA there, again, just getting it for free with nothing here from Swole Patrol. You typically see spam through the smokes as a little bit, some slight damage painted across FURIA, but they're in a very good position to close out this round. A molly and a flash to still decide their fights, and a smoke comes in for Swole Patrol for this retake.
Yeah, they're getting to that crucial moment. Swole Patrol want to figure out how they get into the site, how they retake it. They're going to put Maki up front. He's very hurt. They're going to try to trade off of him. Art just lingering around on the other side of the smoke. Maki good for one. And so far, this hasn't gone super bad. Another kill might just give them that chance. K-Serata can't seem to get it done. This is going to be a defuse for Swole Patrol. They're going to go up 6-1.
Yeah, great patience in that post-plant there, not rushing, and obviously FURIA brought the fight to them somewhat. 3 players behind the smoke. Art only gets 1 kill for the max end. If he doubles it, maybe that's a round for FURIA, but Henny as well missing his shot on the AWP, and that's everything for FURIA. That's them falling short.
Yeah, you know, Trace, you said things weren't going super bad. It actually ends up being Swole Patrol McLovin the hell out of that round there as they put their sick stuff on the board.
Nice, man.
Reinvestment back in for FURIA now, and the AWP over on the hands of Henny once more. Now, is he finally going to get this duel with Coupe? He's been straying away from it. This round, maybe there's something. Freakazoid holding over at the ramp. This smoke goes down, but Henny's ahead of it, and he does deal with Coupe. This is where the trade should come through, but after giving Henny enough time to reposition and get back on this AWP, they don't want to go re-peeking into it and give more man advantages away. Instead, they fall back passively into the site, and actually, they start to swap players out between mid and this A site. Food trying to land the spam. Got to be a bit careful doing that. Think to that Chris J play the other day.
Yeah, got two. They won a 2-on-5 off of 2 warm bang kills and their smoke shot.
Chris J just straight up dunking on people on Vertigo.
Vertigo 1-on-1, really. Oh, this flash in for Zelsis gets a lot of info, and he's got Food alongside him to spray. They get 2, but the trade is right back, and Freakazoid is hanging around. That's an entry for Yuri into this A site. A long rotation for Maki, and again, we talk about his clutch ability. Well, right now it's looking null and void. Furia all over A. They're going to get the bomb plant. Maki's looking to save his gun, and Furia should be up for a second round on this T side. Breaking the money as Swole Patrol coming right back in after a round from the CTs. We might even just see Swole Patrol force by around this one with, of course, that hero AK from Maki. But that's how Furia get back in the game. If they pick it up, if they put Swole Patrol on full eco at 6-3, that's when they can really start to rack up some T-side rounds. They did pick the T-side on this map after Swole Patrol chose Vertigo. So Furia clearly have a game plan in this half, despite us not having seen them play the map in 3 months.
That they are. Looking swole. It's going to be nothing but a mere flesh wound as the second round goes on the board there for Furia. Good shots from Yuri. Real good stuff there. Tactical timeout. You already know. It's the U.S. Air Force that's brought this to you. Swole Patrol are going to mold it over, or whatever you want to say. Just depends how you look at it, I suppose. Now, back to the studio with Harry Russell.
Yeah, you can see that little stat line flying on in. Furia lost to Swole Patrol at the time. They were E-United last time they met on this map.
I was actually at Pro League Season 10, so not that long ago, just a few months now, back in November.
And, you know, obviously we spoke to Food before heading into this, and he kind of sung the praises of Zelsis, saying that bringing him back into the squad was a nice move for Swole Patrol. Is that going to help tip them over the edge even further here? Now, Furia starting to field a couple of rounds, but we need to see them take a few in a row, really, because this reset's still looming. But this is their chance to grab a few rounds in a row, right? They've actually finally broken down this CT money. There's only Maki with a gun in this round. He's taking it over towards short side. Art is here.
Ooh, pick a position, Maki. You got to go on either side of that. Grenade is so good. Down to 30, but Art's backing up and he's ready for the repeat. Second player there. Freak gets tagged up and he can't get the gun and get away. He can only get away. Art might look to throw that weapon out the map. Chuck it off of the edge. Oh, the boost up is going to get caught here. You think there is cover attempted by Swole from the A site, but that's only a USP. Art should feel no fear going wide on this fight, and he'll uncover the terrible truths of this round. The double boost from Swole Patrol, they're ready for it. Both players hitting a shot. Yuri going to have to follow up here on the AK. Still with an advantage for Furia in this round, but guns are being retrieved, and that's how these rounds get out of control for CTs. Oh, Coupe, big spray, needed to connect, but the aim punch is going to send him flying, and Freakazoid, he's out of this one as well. There's the third round for Furia, and now the Swole Patrol, their money's starting to build back up, but it's tempting fate here. They've got enough to buy, but players like Maki and Coupe are going to be struggling. So Freak does drop an AWP over, take a FAMAS. Someone's got to take the hit here at least.
Somebody. There's always that one person, Hugo. And off to a round numbered as 10.
Ooh, I thought Hetty was going to win that, hands down. That was a pretty gross little angle, but Maki was ready for it. Freakazoid, in the meantime, has won a fight down here towards A ramp. He's been pretty good at that. K-Serato, in the meantime, dealing with Zelsis down here in middle. A much more split approach from Furia than we've seen in the past, right? They've got all three players separated here on the map. I can't imagine it's going to stay like that for long. It's pretty risky, even in this 3-on-3. If you give one of these kills away, you're in for a rough time on the Furia side. But what this does allow them to do is allow a man to come in late on this lurk through the A side of the map. And right now, There's nobody here. Cooper is looking mid. Yuri's gotten very, very deep, and Cooper now goes back to check the A side of the map. He has missed the timing on this one. Yuri is now behind enemy lines, and Freakazoid is most certainly not ready for it. Yuri trying to play with his food. Now, obviously, that man's already been removed. I love this. Yuri, oh my word. He just lets it. Execution doubles up. A huge play from Yuri. And this is now Furia's round. Freakazoid is like, Cooper, you said you were watching A. And he's just, yeah, well, you know.
This is one of those moments that Food's talking about where they're arguing about it.
For a second, Swole Patrol might even think that he just walked through B because he killed him from B. He killed him from Gen's CT spawn. Like, went all the way around. Like, the patience on that play from Yuri to not just take the kill and instead get 2 for 1. Well, he gets the reward. He gets the prize. And Furia are up to 4.
Yeah, all it took right there for that to go wrong was Cooper just diverting his attention towards that action in middle. Special play there. Good stuff. Super secret agent. 007 or James Bond. All that stuff that you guys talk about. Aston Martins and things.
Yeah, maybe we're moving this one up to DB9. You know, the decibel's increasing, but that's also an Aston Martin trace. And Yuri, yeah, this was stellar. Like, everything about it was perfect. Because if he did take that kill right away, right, let's not forget Cooper was in elevator. There's a good chance he gets that trade. Yeah. And from then on in, it's like a 2-on-2. There's still a man that's unknown at the B side. That round definitely could have spiraled out of control. So it's not just like stylish from Yuri. It is has huge impact in the round, perhaps unsurprisingly. And now the investment around this AWP that was saved, not really there. Freakazoid, the only man with much to write home about, does win this first fight early on at ramp. Art once again going to find himself on the receiving end of Freakazoid early on. And a flash getting lined up here to try and get them into the ramp room. Henny, good for 1, but now an AWP retrieved. And Maki, in the meantime's dealt with Queserato over here at B, just gets himself out of danger in time and doesn't allow the trade to come in. Swole Patrol, they've done a really good job of making this pistol round feel more than doable now.
Yeah, someone's got to come in with a heroic play. That's the only way Furia win this round. And Binney, he's 1-7, but he's looking to turn the tide of battle. Doesn't realize it's a close Gens player. And Ulcers, he was the switch. He'd been baited in by the man at the back of the site, and Yuri's now got to do it all on his own. 1 kill, and the bomb on his back, but 3 left to find, and 2 of them on AWPs. Good.
You got to think about Binney not clearing that close generator.
Yeah, he saw the player at the back, right, and he just assumed it was a solo B setup with Swole Patrol leading towards an aggressive A round. So, and that was the case, right? It was just the fact that Swole left mid open and went for a double B. It was a good call as, you know, they bait him in. But now, Yuri, I mean, surely the world against him in this one.
Not to mention, right, the only player he'd seen was Maki, and that was the guy actually baiting for the kill to come through. So, Yuri does manage to deal with the first man in. Now the 2 AWPs, one of them gets traded out. Cooper's onto the Krieg, and Yuri pivoting around, mops it up in the 1v3 and gets a 5th round on the board from Furia. It's a huge performance from Yuri once again, just stepping up on Vertigo. He looks right at home on this map. Such a good read in these rounds. And some very, very smart plays coming in from this man to keep this game in Furia's favor. At least in these last few rounds, they still sit behind Swole Patrol. A tactical timeout brought to you by the US Air Force, called in by Furia.
Yeah, one worry I have, though, is the worry that has been hitting Furia from time to time in the Pro League. Great T-sides, but struggling on the defense. When they last played this game back at Season 10 at EPL, when Swole Patrol were with E United, we had that score earlier as a 16-8. Furia actually started off on the T-side there. They got 7 rounds, and then they flipped over to CT and went 1-7. So, or 1-8 rather. So yeah, just having problems on the defense. We saw that on Inferno versus MIBR the other day. Came back to haunt them on traditionally what has been such a great map for them. But yeah, CT sides have been a little topsy-turvy for Furia in this tournament. So they're going to need to go quite far on this T side if they want to feel comfortable. Again, you know it's Swole Patrol's map pick, and they haven't even begun to direct the battle, although they are doing so in this round. Freakazoid pushed on the ramp. Art has the 1-way. Last round, he died to that, and that's because the smoke didn't land. It actually fell under the grate, not giving him any cover, but this time, he can see everything. Freakazoid can't see a thing, and Cooper is gone as well. Art doubling down, and he knows that they play 3 on the same site, so is he ready for a short player?
Yeah, Art's position alone is enough for FURIA to work some magic in this round. All that pressure applied to Food leaves his attention just divided and spread too thinly. That's a bit of an awkward Molotov because it's actually blocked the bomb off from coming in, but it doesn't really matter because Art and Yuri have just single-handedly secured the A bomb site, putting a 6th round on the board for FURIA. And really, those have been the two names we've been mentioning time and time again. And I think that's a pretty scary prospect when you think about the fact that the other day, you know, Binney had a fantastic series. Queserato is always the go-to name for someone to step up in this squad. Henny doesn't even really feel like he's done anything with the AWP yet. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this is, you know, FURIA still have even more heat to bring to this game. It's pretty scary that Yuri and Art are able to do so much, just the two of them right now.
Yeah, Swole Patrol broke it again, back on pistols. But remember, they have made these rounds interesting. We almost saw them win one a moment ago on that B site in the 1-on-3, but Yuri closed it, so Swole Patrol could never slow down. Food does not. Oh, that's a gun drop, though, and he's getting spammed, trying to hide himself in the corner. Smoke on the weapon, rather. Maybe he can drop and grab it. FURIA have actually backed off. Not that he's to know that, as they don't want to give away any more advantages. Swole Patrol is still keen on fighting, despite the 5-on-4. Food hasn't even reloaded, so that CZ is going to be pretty awful with 6 bullets. He does, actually, as Freakazoid get out. Food is just going to commit here, it seems, in this angle for the longest of times. A deep flash, and Henny comes in with the AWP. Harry, you said you wanted to see this AWP. Well, there it is. FURIA back in a 4-on-4.
Look at Food, just tucked away, 23 HP. If he peeks right now, it's the perfect timing. He doesn't know that. He's not going to get cleared either. It's not even going to get checked. It's not even a thought in their head.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down... Hang on, wait. We'll revisit in a second because it might not matter. Food gets dealt with, dropping in, misses the timing. Freakazoid even gets mopped up as well down on ramp. FURIA, this should be their round now. And yeah, you know, it was a nice idea. Freakazoid actually makes noise rotating back from short, and I think that's why FURIA then anticipated that that was Food actually leaving the short side. Obviously, both the players had CZs. There's very little to tell them apart. But it's just Maki alone, and he's got to find 3. Does deal with the first man. That's Henny getting dropped, but he's not able to follow up, and a 7th round now graces the scoreboard for FURIA. They find themselves in the lead. Now, while this may look like a close game at a 7-6 scoreline, let's not forget that Swole Patrol went 5-0 up to start this match. Since then, they've been able to put one more round on the board, and that is the extent of it. So they were able to get the pistol, find the conversions, break the money down for FURIA in that first rifle round and reap the full reward of that. But since then, and since these rifles have been in play every single round for FURIA, they haven't really been able to accomplish much. They've had a lot of close rounds, but they haven't been getting them over the line. And at the end of the day, that is what matters.
I think you're onto something there, Harry.
Yeah, I think I just might be.
Close doesn't cut it.
Look, bring me in. I'll coach the team. Can't promise I'll add anything.
Not saying that there will be success, but there is success in this round, at least for the side of Swole Patrol. They have silenced them here in this upper mid area. Henny going to go for a quick dip in the ladder room. And by that, he's going to drop the bomb and his op and his life. And there you have it.
I've never related to a play more in my life, man. I could not do ladders. I feel like I have good movement, and ladders are just, you know, when people drop off them and catch it at the last second to be silent but fast and agile, man, those are adjectives that don't apply to me. It's going to be Yuri in a 1-on-5, and he gets caught falling off the ramp. Bad timing on the peak. It's going to be Swole Patrol finding 7, flawless. When they get around, it seems to be easy, but FURIA don't give them every round. It's 7-7, last of the half, and all the money to work with for the Brazilians.
Yeah, good stuff there from Swole Patrol. Unfortunate turn of events for Henny to have cratered. But as the last round of the half, split right down the middle, 7-7. We look towards the second half, where it's going to be Swole Patrol switching over that T side. Will they have what it takes to close out here on this map? Stay tuned. We'll find out.
We most certainly will. It looks like early on it's going to come back down towards this ramp duel. Now, this time, Swole Patrol not actually facing, not actually peeking down into ramp. And I kind of like this adjustment, right? They're just going to hold and wait for FURIA to move up a little bit. And that's a movement that might never come through. FURIA stacking up outside of the B-bomb site. Maki here. He's been in a bit of a weird situation, as a lot of B-side players are. You know, he's often, you know, just a man left in these rotations, doesn't really get to see the action. And when he finally does get to see the action, has he really got to see the action, if you know what I mean? The smokes have gone in. He doesn't even see anyone in this round. He gets dropped almost immediately. That is the life of a B-side player on Vertigo. And this site now belongs to FURIA. Last round of the first half, so Swole Patrol, they're going to give this one a go. Can they find anything? A man down in this B-site retake.
Oh, that's a kill, though. Coupe's got one. He's jumped around the cold spot, so retake is on, but Henny's watching the flank, and he's ready for this shot. He hits it in the head for food. 3 players coming through CT, a tight choke point, and not a lot of time left for it as well. Yuri's up and above. Look at how confident his play is, but Fukizoid does take him down a notch. Binney has to do all the work now close in the site as they are about to line up for him. There's the first spray, continues, but Freak with the trade. Good delay on the repeat. That bomb is almost gone, and I think the grenade might seal the deal. It does. Keserato, he's going to close this one out. Even going back in with a flashbang. No one's even touched this defuse, and it's going to be the round. FURIA 8-7 at the end of the half. They make things work. They pull it back from a 5-0 lead from Swole Patrol, and we're going to pull it back after a break. Join us in a minute for the second half of Vertigo.
Tit for tat, neck and neck. We are back with all of the action here of the ESL Pro League Season 11. FURIA and Swole Patrol currently going at it toe-to-toe, and towing the line is Swole Patrol. They have found some miracle rounds, and moreover, they have cost themselves some as well, as it was FURIA players slipping all through the back lines, and I'm going to be jumping into the action with Harry and Hugo. FURIA currently up 8-7 after picking up the last round of the first half, and we look at Vertigo. We go on a nuke next, and a little bit of overpass action as a decider.
Yeah, quite the map pool for this series. It certainly looks like a 3-mapper in the first half.
Smells
does its justice, does its duty, Trace.
Yeah, Freakazoid having a phenomenal game here. And if you look at the GG.bet odds, they are not too far away from one another. Speaking of GG.bet odds, make sure you gamble responsibly if you are going to do it. And we do welcome back in the studio just Harry. And yes, it is just Harry. Not to be confused with any other Harry. Speaking of getting hairy, things over here in this B site are about to amplify. It's Yuri in the back of sight, only good for one. The jumping blocks to stay alive. 3v3.
Yeah, retake on for Furia. They do have a kiss on art. It's possible, but that smoke is so annoying. Swole Patrol throwing it right down in the face of Furia. They can just fast rotate mid if they want, but it would be very loud. And oh dear, Henny's gone as well. They're going to try and flash through the smoke. It doesn't blind them. Second one is good, but Maki full white just hits the shot. Binney gone. Art has to do it all. He actually tags a player at the back, and there's another one up close, but Zelsis will take that frag. Food killing Maki in the process, but not a problem considering they close out the round 8-8.
Yep, and that crowd is certainly proud, isn't it, Harry Russell?
Yeah, you know, I don't think there's any way to avoid that, right? Swole Patrol getting off to a good start here in the second half. Yuri, obviously, as well. Just had this tweeted at us using the hashtag.
Which one?
Well, they actually use hashtag ESLCS, which you can use, I guess. But if you want to use the right one, hashtag ESL Pro League is the place to find yourself. They just let us know, you know, Yuri going from 007 all the way up to where he finds himself now, 15-10.
Yeah, he went 14-7, I think. So quite the comeback, quite the turnaround.
Makes sense, right? He was just getting those back-to-back 3Ks over towards the A-bomb site. Kind of wild how this T side came off the back of him having this resurgence. Now, they've got to try and do it again over on the CT side of things. Art has purchased up a Zeus. I want to see where he's using this. Over towards B. Kind of curious to see where he tries to take this, or if he's going to try and use it. Here it is, hiding in the little smoke. Ooh, come on, Art.
Let me make the noise.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Cooper. Let us have a bit of fun for once. Come on, mate.
Cooper.
Maki, over here in mid. Maybe this is the fun. The mode out on the window. How much is this Furia in the window? To Maki, it's valued at about, what? $5,000 or so, maybe less. I'm trying to think, man. Maths on the spot is hard, but yeah, it doesn't matter. All the kills have come in, and Fury have actually been able to retrieve a couple of Mac 10s.
Don't know where that number came from.
I don't know. Yeah, I meant $1,200 because there were 4 players in the window, each worth $300 per kill.
Okay, yep. Again, quick maths. That's a lesson. Let that be out there to all of you. Quick maths.
You understand the idea,
Yeah.
right? Take some guns away. Maybe you get $600 a kill as well. That would have been great, but
Did he shot someone and then the bomb blew up? Did it finish off kill? I couldn't.
No. 3 players were there. 3 players survived. Very, very close. Brings one of them down to 8 HP. It's like if you turned yourself into the Doja nade. You know, that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Well, it's better that than like cratering trying to Zeus someone under a window.
Yeah.
Like, there's that, obviously.
I mean,
at least that results in a kill and taking away some of the economy.
Maybe Henny reviewed that demo when he tried to go for the ladder play a moment ago, you know?
Hey guys, check this out. I just watched this video by Hugo Byron.
Oh, you know, you learn from the best.
So who did you learn from them, Hugo?
Well,
I don't want to take any credit.
I'm self-taught, Trace. I'm self-taught.
Oh, okay, guys.
Maki over here, trying to teach Furia a lesson down towards ramp. He was the man over towards B on the CT side, and so now he's out for a bit of revenge. Can't spell revenge without rev and eng, which is also part of the word rev engine. And that's what they're trying to do with the B play, perhaps revving this one up as they stack up down towards this B site. That's a bit of reach for that one there.
I was wondering, you know, just how you got to that point in the day is really the big question here. Henny holding it down from the toolbox from his M4, but it's going to be Zelsis. It has to come in there and really clean things up. When he falls, that does lessen this defense for the side of Furia.
Do words mean anything for you, Harry? Do they mean anything?
No, man. I look
not?
at them, it's like, words are like my Etch-a-Sketch, you know, and I can just paint my own picture and just generally...
Make it up as you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is nothing safe?
Nothing's safe. Nothing's off limits. Maybe some things are off limits and some things are probably safe, but yeah, you know, for the sake of argument, No. Here's the play back towards A. Swole Patrol, they've taken this one slow. And they say that slow and steady wins the race. It does rely on Swole Patrol shooting a couple of people in the face, and that's what Coupe has provided inside of the bomb site. Maki's alongside him, but Yuri snatched the round away. Maki, fast fingers, plugs in those numbers, and now the bomb planted. Yuri thought he'd done enough, but apparently not. Maki, the point man in the bomb site, now left to do a hell of a lot. Zelsis narrowly wins that fight out, and now the pressure's on for Yuri. He's been good in these clutches. But can he escape the clutches of Swole Patrol? Damage done, and now into the 1v1. He gets it done with the USP. And FURIA tie this one up at 9-9.
Wow.
Yuri, quite the beast all of a sudden. I don't know what they've done to upset him, but maybe it was putting him down 0-7. He wasn't too happy about that. And now he's kind of styling all over Swole Patrol.
Yeah, absolutely storming through this map. 18 kills right now. Only being matched by that of Freakazoid, also 18. Maki sits 17.
What a play, too.
The fact that Maki even gets a plant is sick, right? Like, just great awareness, very, very fast. Goes for the CT plant. Luckily, Queserato wasn't here in time either. And so his teammate's there to cover. But Yuri, cool in the clutch, gets a 1-on-2. Now FURIA 9-9. Level-headed. This one's going to break the money. Whoever loses it is going to go down a couple of rounds. So pressure's on. Food in the smoke. He might get caught, but it's actually Cooper just spamming it, saving his teammate's life. Art again dead, this time with no information. Not the start that he wanted to the round, as he was likely just going to get flashed through that smoke by his team, who is still hanging around on the ramp side.
Just still thinking about that last round. I can't get it out of my head, you know? Oof. Anyway, the ball does move forward.
It keeps rolling. Downhill, but Swole Patrol, they're going up to new heights and up this ramp to the B site. It's one man in defense. Queserato's been a tank in the Pro League so far, but not armed for the job. MP9 is going to be good as they clear this close corner, but they check it, the spray. Oh, their flash, he gets one, but Cooper again coming in with such clutch trades in this map, coming through the smoke and getting that kill with the Mac 10. The plant is in. Binney looks to make matters worse for Swole Patrol. He has got very deep, and that smoke is about to fade and give away Cooper's position. Free kill, double it up by Binney. He has a kit, but no smoke down, and Ulcers is coming in on a mid-wrap. He will deal with Henny. Things are getting hard for FURIA.
And the bomb's not ticking any slower. They do find themselves in the site, though, for the side of FURIA. They're going to go for the bomb tap here. They spot Freakazoid out on the ramp, who's had a stellar game thus far. And just Zelsis dropping through the window. This should be an easy defuse, and FURIA will go up to double digits. The first in this best of 3 to do so.
Yeah, and on top of that, they should be able to keep going. Like said, the money was on the edge for both these teams. So Swole Patrol falling short, back-to-back rounds here. And even with the bomb plant, they're only at 3K a player. It's going to have to be Deagle's. FURIA's chance to get ahead of things. And that's certainly important given the fact that we know their CT sides have been a little bit rocky, you know? Not just on this map, but in general. So important anti-eco for FURIA to keep things clean, to build their own economy and set themselves up for later in the match.
Yeah, FURIA might be one round up, but it's Swole Patrol looking for where the picks are. And Yuri dropping Freakazoid over at short side. That bomb gets handed over. And so that's a pretty grim start for Swole Patrol. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better. The age-old saying, and it never really gets better for Swole Patrol in that round there. 11-9. But in this next round coming, the guns are in for Swole Patrol and a chance to try and turn things around. Queserato is going to run the SMG into this one. That's an interesting decision.
Keeps doing it, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that we see the FURIA players do a decent bit. You know, electing to take these SMGs even into rifle rounds. Yeah. And I almost wonder if maybe there's a few places you can take it. My favorite is going for like a mid-crunch. But I doubt he's going to want to do anything hyper-aggressive.
He's been playing that B site, and so considering how you play it as a CT, you smoke that front choke point and just sit in one of these cubby corners, it makes sense why you want to have this gun. Not only are you unlikely to get away with 3 kills on a B defense if you're getting rushed, but if you do get 1 kill, you can upgrade anyway. So I like the idea for Queserato. You're saving money for the future. And of course, it always keeps the T's on their toes. They can't afford to risk any, buys without head armor just to get an AK with armor.
Being fiscally responsible, I believe, is...
Exactly. Are you fiscally responsible, Trace?
Yeah, especially now that we can't order takeout or do any of the normal things.
Yeah, suddenly I have a lot more money. Like, yeah, that's a wild one.
Now, on top of that, I wanted to add that Binney and Yuri have had a stellar second half so far. They've been doing really well, especially Binney in terms of impact kills. Yuri, obviously, with the numbers, 23 and 12 now. Had 22 going in that round, so he's already done a little bit here. What has turned into a 4v4. Food and Yuri both out of the round. And now the crowd.
All the talk about food delivery, mate, you really started to home in on the guys taken away from Swole Patrol. And of course, maybe dealing with food fast in this round, as he was the first man to go. FURIA back here over towards B. Henny's got the AWP, and his home this site's in. If he took a shot there, would have been a kill, but instead just backs on off. He's not to know that, obviously. We have the miracle that is X-Ray. Henny.
Ooh, time.
Sometimes you'd think he has it with how he plays, but not able to find anything around this site. This is dangerous. They just about get that bomb down with a Molotov in the bomb site. But it does complicate matters. 3-on-3. And these post plants barely even solidified. These two players in the site have to try and play off of one another. And then the X factor is kind of Zelsis down towards ramp. He gets smoked off, though, and that leaves these two players inside of the site on a bit of an island. Zelsis does deal with one through the smoke, helps out as best he can, but is that going to be enough now as this comes down to the 1v2?
Oh, they get on top of the box. They survive another day, and Art's going to actually be able to help his teammate out. Henny just dodges the bullets, and Art comes wide around the Tetris. It's going to be a retake for FURIA.
You spin me wide round. Just kidding. Now, something to think about here, Hugo, or at least I want to, kind of get your thoughts. FURIA Swole Patrol, right? We're on Vertigo now, and then we'll switch over to Nuke, which is FURIA's pick. Now, if FURIA pick up Vertigo, how much trouble are Swole Patrol in?
There's always a trouble of the fact that they're not on their map pick. But if there's one thing we've seen consistently, Trace, it has been teams losing their map pick in the Pro League so far. Combined with the fact that Swole Patrol's second most played map is Nuke with a 75% win rate. Like, that's pretty good. That's not a bad stat at all. So obviously, a lot of their games versus lower tier teams in ECA, MDL, for example. So there's always that. But inflated stats, hey, it's not always bad. It's a confidence booster, and it means the fact that they play the map means they at least have a game plan on it. We'll have to see if it can match up with that of FURIA's, though, who are looking to take away Swole Patrol's map pick.
And that's why when we're playing our pugs on ESEA, of course, you're welcome to join us by heading over to ESEA and grab the client as well. But what I was going to say was that's why when we're playing our pugs and we're on anti-eco, there's a lot of W's, a lot of mouse ones being pressed. Not just for the stats, but the glory.
But mainly the stats. And Freakazoid here loves the stats, man, but does get put down there by Yuri. Swole Patrol, they continue to try and have this fast pace in the round, but you can already see it's kind of been sucked out from them. They don't really have a choice in this matter with the smokes going down from FURIA. And look at how quickly there's 4 bodies at this A side of the map. Food goes through the smoke and gives FURIA a bit of a taste of their own medicine. But it's Binney.
Oh my.
Trying to cook up a double over towards short side. He is able to take down 2 before getting traded. And this now leaves Henny in case Serato to hold back against the Swole Patrol onslaught a little bit longer.
Yeah, they found the bomb, but they might still think there's a player short because Swole have actually wrapped around on the site. This is catching players off guard. Henny, he could get jumped on if Zelsis wants to cross, but trying to remain silent. Dropping off the boxes very well. Coupe has been spotted, but Zelsis is still an unknown quantity. Flash back in. Cooper is tucked in the corner. He'll get spotted, but he will spray and connect the shot. Henny with a Deagle knows there's a man close, but it's a double peek. Great teamwork for Swole. They isolate those 2 fights, and they win it together in a 2-on-2. That's an eco win. That's a half buy for Swole Patrol, who only had pistols and armor with a Mac 10 on food. He was able to get a double entry inside of the site. Binney as well. We see that happen to a lot of players on with the addition of these scoped rifles becoming so mainstream, scoping in preemptively and then missing someone because of the scope, cutting off your view model. That's exactly what happens to him on short. He gets overrun and gives away the gun that eventually puts the final nail in the coffin for FURIA. 12 rounds still, but they are the ones now having to force back in with double AWPs, a Deagle, an SMG. It's not pretty, but they've got to make it work.
Not known for its viability. Art's going to get a little weird with it right here. He's pushed all the way down on this A ramp, scoped in, ready for the rumble, and he's going to find it on the Cooper first. Looks for the second, just barely misses the click, and Food is there with a response.
See, that's a trade that isn't favorable for Fury in a round that they can't really afford, you know, 1-for-1 like that going down. If Art gets away or if he gets 2 kills, that's fantastic. But instead, he's just given an AWP over. Luckily, Henny will take one away. Zels is getting dropped in the middle, keeps Furia in the advantage. Swole Patrol just going to group and hit B. But the fact of the matter is, Furia have 2 players here. They're poised and ready for this push.
Yeah, Binney armed with this MP9, looking to turn some heads and maybe churn them up as well. Queserato makes his presence known over towards the back of the site, and they do get dealt with very, very easily by Swole Patrol. They actually just divide and conquer those 2 players. Henny and Yuri now, do they even want to give this one a look in? With that fight getting won, it's a big old maybe. Yuri starting to back away, expecting this repeat, and he's read the situation well. Will he be ready for both players down here at ramp? He's done a lot of damage, and if he's able... Ooh, did he see that? Yeah. He saw that. Molotov goes in, Freakazoid's forced out for the peak and dies to the Molotov. Henny now, 1 man to find, and that's Maki, who's hidden down beneath the window. Maki swings out, sees that he's not on the bomb, and now doesn't need to keep peeking this. The round has been decided. Henny's just going to hold on to the AWP. Maki might not get away, but I think he should be good. And yeah, 1 point of damage. That still feels very, very low. But regardless, an 11th round on the board for Swole Patrol.
God, all these situations that Swole Patrol shouldn't be winning, they're coming out ahead of. Not only the eco round on A in the previous, but just there. A 3-on-4, losing their mid-luck. Of course, trading 1-for-1 on A, but just grouping B in a 3-on-4 and winning both those opening fights, and Furia not being able to get a kill in the defense. Of course, they did have their weakest weapons on B with an MP9 and an armorless Deagle, but that's still a rough round to lose, and Furia, they want to make up for their mistakes, going back towards this B site, setting up a flashbang to go aggressively. Art, he is the man behind utility in this round. We got that AWP over here as well. Henny peering down the stairwell. I would have expected the AWP to be on A in this one, considering the position taken by Yuri. He's tucked into short side as well. You can take a long, aggressive angle. We see Liquid do this a lot. They throw Stewie in that angle where they want to stack B or middle. Now here's a flash, here's the aggression. Maki hears it, and he goes back in for the fight. 1 player drop. The spray is easy, and he gets 2. Dink down to 39, but he's just going to escape. Swole Patrol, Furia hoping that they run into B after getting those kills and walk into the AWP, but they're not falling for it. They're going back towards A. Coupe almost catches the spot on Yuri. Oh dear, yeah, Yuri can't see him back. So Swole Patrol, this is their round. Henny should be thinking about saving that AWP. But how the hell are you going to get away with it?
Very carefully, Hugo. And by that, I mean he's going to have to just tiptoe through the B site to get out of there. He's been basically scoped here the entire round, I feel like. So far, so good. Swole Patrol even it out. Stabilize the scoreline at 12-12.
Oh, that's the thing. They didn't even know he was here. They never got confirmation, but boom. He misses his shot on the jiggle down lower, and Swole Patrol jumped through the window. What a nice, clean way to close out the round. Knowing Henny might have the AWP, seeing he's the last player alive and the 1 man you haven't seen in this round, it's a good call from Swole Patrol. And they're very passive outside of B. Maki not getting caught by that pop flash. He just sits back passive around the corner and waits for contact. And they've done it. 12-12. Back in control. And not just of the game, but of the money as well. Furia are broke. Ooh. Oh, dear. You hate to see that.
Yeah, devastating start in what could have been a promising little advantage for Furia. And now that they've kind of shown this 1 bit of aggression, you can see Swole Patrol aren't trusting this map anywhere. Now that flashbang was good, but no kills come in on the back of it. Binney, still here.
Oh my.
And now no longer here, as Food lays him to rest. Swole Patrol are going to retake this lead 13-12. Now, a few ago, we saw that double AWP setup coming through for Furia, and that's something that I love. I think that bringing Henny into this squad when they did has actually done some great things for it. It allows you to have like these 3 very, very capable AWPers in Henny, Art, and Queserato. It does very much feel to be like map or feeling based, and they do like to swap those around, and I absolutely love what we've seen from it. It feels like Art doesn't feel as pressured to bring that AWP out anymore. Didn't work out for them when he tried his hand at that ramp push, right? But this double up setup is something I still think Swole Patrol have to be very, very cautious of, because we've seen it demolish many a team here in the Pro League. There's a lot riding on this round for Swole Patrol. If they're able to pick it up, they bring Furia's money into the kind of no-go zone at a 14-12 scoreline. That would be huge. So pressure's on for either team. And Nade finds a meaty bit of damage onto Quesarata. You can even see it collided with him just about, and so that's going to give up some information that there was a player close. The re-peek in for Binney, but somehow, some way, the trade is not found, and now this B site has fallen. I think for Furia, they've just got to save. I don't think they even attempt this one.
Yeah, I mean, what are they supposed to do right here? Just, you know, knock the doors down with these two AWPs? It's not going to happen, even though Yuri has a Molotov. They don't have kits in their hands either, so they are going to back out. We're going to see a 14th for Swole. Can they push it even further than that? Hell, potentially even take the whole map, huh?
Yeah, right now Furia saving against 14. Well, they know that they don't want to give away and play for overtime. That's already a hard thing to justify, but you know, what other options do they have? Are they going to force around this double AWP with pistol armor? Like, it's going to be weak. Honestly, they won't do it. They're going to force, you know, almost definitely. But I would kind of like to see Furia play for OT here, go for 3 rounds in a row, rather than try and pull it back with what is inevitably going to be a weak buy. That being said, if they want a low utility buy, they can drop over M4s and, you know, not have those grenades. But we've already seen that be a problem in stalling out these B plays. Swole Patrol are very good at going 0 to hero and just hitting that B site and getting both kills without any defensive frags from Furia.
We're going to come to a U.S. Air Force tactical timeout, and I'm going to look at some of the stats right here. Normally we say and see, rather, the Quesarato's at the very top of the board. Not the case right now. He's sitting 45 ADR, 10 and 16. Then over on the other side, might as well give it some attention too. While they might be winning, Cooper is usually one to carry the flag for this team.
You have to remember Swole Patrol haven't been AWPing on this T side. They've just, you know, even when it's been at their feet at the end of the round, they don't pick it up. They keep the rifles, they keep the system going, and I like that. It's working. They're 14-12 up. We saw that stat there from David that said Maki has the most clutches in EPL so far, 6. And yeah, we've been talking about his clutch stats all you know, tournament long when we see Swole Patrol. He's been really, really good in these situations. Very smart player. And he's holding his own right now, 22-15. Second top performer in the server, top for his roster. Oh, that's a great Molotov and grenade combo. Binney hiding in the smoke. Now, they don't know it, but they might have heard the grenade connection.
Well, they keep peppering it. By they, I mean Ulcers. With his ever-beloved Krieg, and I suppose that he's not the only one that wants to get on it. Binney wants to tap back.
Ooh.
But did they see him? I believe they did. They're going to try to get over the top. It's Freakazoid with the kill at the end of the day. There's just 3 players alive for Furia in a round that could put Swole Patrol up to map point.
Yeah, over here towards B, Maki selling this fake just to keep this player here. But it's this A site that's the object of desire for Swole Patrol. Now hidden on the sandbags is Yuri. There is a Molotov on food, and if that goes in, Yuri is not fortunate enough to have a smoke to extinguish it. That would be him having to peek. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not what you want if you're Yuri. He's going to stand it for a second, swings on out. And of course, you know, if you're looking to sink a ship or build a wall, you want to look at Marky Mark Wahlberg here as he pushes in towards the site. Henny trying to connect the shot through the smoke, but instead, it's actually Quesarata to find one onto the man in question. Bomb down, still the man advantage lying with Swole Patrol, and Furia, they're just going to make the decision to save. Wow. They give up map point.
Even with the damage done as well, right? Maki knows he got a dink off, or they know they dinked one player off, rather. But Furia, they would rather give it a go later and play for overtime. Look at those streak of rounds for Swole Patrol. Going to be 6 after this one comes to a close. Furia, we were worrying about the CT side. They took away our worries at the start by winning 4 rifle rounds, of course, with ecos as well. But they've been silent since. Food is even looking for exits.
Oh, he almost found himself one.
Yeah, playing the sandbags, man, on your own with no one on A, with no smoke, that's a risky one. You're going to get punished for that. won't be allowed at this level of play. Swole Patrol hold on to their utility, and 5 Molotovs, I mean, they're so good on this map at clearing out those one-and-done positions. Getting players off of boost. And of course for the post-plants, but right now, Swole Patrol winning the fight. It's not coming down to retakes for FURIA. They've saved back-to-back rounds after losing massive advantages. Food is going up towards A, but Yuri is going to meet him in the smoke. Food taking him down and starting off this one for Swole Patrol excellently. 5-on-4. The AWP is hanging around in the A site. Henny, how the hell is that hitting him from above boost?
Just like a pixel bled over somehow onto another one.
Yeah, mollies climb walls apparently in this game. We see that so often. It's just, it's annoying. You can be on top or below. It doesn't matter where the molly is. It's going to spread. It's going to hit you to keep your distance.
There used to be a bug right here on this map in B lower. You could just underhand a Molotov and it would burn right through the floor into the sandbag area right there, the toolbox. Unfortunately, I think they patched it. But matchmaking was a wild time. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
Well, I still think this B site has the potential to get pretty wild right now. Queserato unleashed, and actually only good for one. Freakazoid there is like pivoting around and is able to deal with both of the players inside of the site. Henny and Art suddenly thrown into a now 1v4 as it is just Henny left standing. Oh dear. This is a situation FURIA would love to save in, but they can't. And there's Freakazoid to solidify the victory here on Vertigo for Swole Patrol. They go 1-0 up in this series, taking their map pick and looking good while doing it. Join us for the second map in this series, as well as the breakdown over here by us boys on the desk after a quick break. So